You guys know where they are? I guess here? No, I've been here. It's not through there. Let's go back up to this area, the command area. Okay. Okay, so maybe through here? No, that's not. Did I do this over here? I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't remember going up through this. Looks like this is the fortress's airport. Really small. There might come a day when I find myself in the military ship. Airship. There you guys are. Crazy. It really is night and day. Yeah, it's hard to imagine two places more dramatically opposed. What's wrong with you two? Oh, we were just talking about how different this place is to Jirai. Jirai was super lively, but this place... I think Fro's having withdrawals now that he's somewhere without any access to a casino at all times. I can imagine. Seems like everyone's talking about Jirai these days, though. Was it really that amazing? It was. I didn't know what to expect with the recent annexation by Erebonia, but everything looked fine to me. It has offices and an entertainment district, and all the people I saw were thoroughly enjoying themselves. I go as far as to say that they're happy to be under the Imperial government's control. I don't know if I'd go that far. Oh? A little bird told me Chancellor Osborne was the one behind the annexation in the first place. It also told me he used some pretty forceful tactics to get them to agree. And of course, most of their tax money takes a brand new detour straight into the Imperial government's pockets. I wouldn't be surprised if he had the annexation happen just to fatten his pocketbook. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but it's still better than them getting, flattened by our military power and then taken in by force that way. I'm just saying. But paying taxes is a citizen's duty. Earlier America would have words with that. It's only natural that they do so now that they're under Ambroni's protection, right? Sounds like this is a pretty complicated issue. If they're getting benefits, which it seems like they are, I guess taxes are understandable. But again, it's still better for them in the long run to be annexed by a bigger nation if it's for its economy. How it does culturally, on the other hand, you'd have to see with being there, like how much culture was lost during the time, what is now legal and what is illegal, what are the differences in how things work, how much are those taxes, all that stuff. But anyway, still better than, being alive, or it's still better being alive than, all that. This bulletin is to inform all Thor students that preparations for today's military exercise are now complete. Please assemble in the hangar immediately. Your transport is standing by. I repeat. That's Instructional Nyhart. The time must have passed more quickly than I thought. I suppose I should start making my way towards the hangar. Maybe I'll run into the others on the way. We boarded the armored cars and set off towards the proving ground. How are we all gonna fit in that? I don't think we'd fit. I mean, we could fit, but it'd be quite the squeeze. And I hope it has air conditioning. Or filtering. Because that would suck to be in there. I've never been in an actual tank. But something tells me it's not great. The inside of the armored car was narrow and cramped, yep, and smell of machine oil hung in the musty air. Okay, you need to fix that. If you're smelling machine oil in your, where you're inside the vehicle, then something's wrong. The car shook and rattled over the uneven ground, tumbling us around like an iron coffin on wheels. Eventually, after enduring 10 minutes of jaw-rattling travel, unable to even peek outside at the scenery, we finally arrived at Guerrilla Fortress military proving grounds. Does not sound fun. What's that thing over there? It's big. Wow. H-10 main battle tanks. There are plenty of older model tanks out there too. It even looks like they have airships. Oh, that's what those are. Airships, okay. Oh yeah, I like the ones we saw in Nord. Welcome. Oh. Okay, what voice does Craig have? So that's Elliot's dad. I don't see the family resemblance. Looks like the hair made the jump from father to son, though. Reporting, Lieutenant General. Very good, New York. I wish I could do like an Irish accent. I can't do a low-pitched one, but I'll try. Instructor Weilstein, I believe. Pleased to meet you. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lieutenant General Craig. Allow me to extend my deepest thanks for agreeing to cooperate with us for the Academy's curriculum today. Think nothing of it. Many of these fine youngsters one day hold positions in the Imperial Army after all. Besides, I owe a lot to General Van Dyke. Oh, and these must be... What a piercing stare. So this is Craig the Red. Elliot, my boy. It's good to see you again. I need to like listen to an Irish accent first before I do this, but I'll do my best. It must be half a year now since I last saw you. How you been? It's a sharp-looking uniform you've got too. I've seen the photos, but it looks even better on you in person. Dad, come on. You've still got a long way to go if you want to put on some real muscle. There's a part of me that hopes you'll stay my cute little crumb forever. Or a cherub? I think crumb looks better, sounds better. But you're a man of Erebonia, and the men of the Empire must be strong, stout, and ready for action. It was for your own good as a man that I held back my tears and enrolled you in the military academy. Dad, I can't breathe. I feel like everything I've been told about him was a lie. There do seem to be some differences from the stories. You kidding me? He seems like a cool guy. What a delightful commanding officers you have, Major. Words fail me. Dad, knock it off. I'll tell Fiona. Moving along then. I am Lieutenant General Craig Olaf. I guess I should give you some like Viking accent, but what do those even sound like? Something like that. Commanding officer, commander of the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I can't do, I really don't know how to do a Viking accent either, so. I've been entrusted with the role of overseeing today's joint military exercise. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Likewise, sir. It's a pleasure, sir. You got one heck of a dad, Elliot. Please believe me. Believe me, I feel it in the bones. In my bones. Now, let me give you a brief rundown of what will be happening. This exercise consists of a simulated battle conducted by two of our armored divisions. Armored regiments of the front formation, center infantry, armored cars, and airships will work in tandem. Okay, I can't keep up this accent. I always mess it up. Whew. Using their maneuverability to the fullest, the orbital to operate the targets, obliterate the targets. As our targets today, we'll be using previous model tanks that have been decommissioned from service. I have to find a different accent I can actually do. Autopilot functionality will always be, will allow them to even to evade and return fire, but they'll only be armored with paint bullets. Armed with paint bullets. However, all these regiments taking part in today's exercise have been equipped with live ammunition. So you're intending to actually destroy the other tanks. Huh. It would hardly be a live fire exercise if we didn't. The current time is 1400 hours, right on schedule. Sometimes I want to practice my accents just for this stuff. We'll now begin today's joint military exercise. Armored Division 4 and 5 commence combat operations. Glory to the Empire and begin army and the Imperial Army. Begin. Yes, sir. 5th Armored Division, Armed Regiment will advance first. Armored Car Regiment and Infantry Regiment follow their lead. 4th Armored Division, Armored Regiment, and Infantry Regiment advance together. Armed Car Regiment deploy to the right and left. Left and right. Is this like the 1800s? Just line up, firing line? You have guns. I know you're using them, but wouldn't it be better to, you know, not stand right next to them? Especially if you have superior firepower, you should be holding back and shooting them from afar because you should have greater range. But, you know, what do I know? Wow. Certainly potent. So this is the kind of firepower it takes to fight a modern war. You said those tanks are called Eisachens? Yeah. They're a type of main battle tank that Reinford Company developed 2 years ago. I've seen their spec sheets, but seeing their firepower firsthand tells you what numbers and numerical points don't. They might be the strongest heavy tanks on the continent. The Imperial Army's got a couple hundred of those in the wings. It's kind of crazy. They try fighting things like these. You try fighting things like these head on, you don't stand a chance. That's as true for our own nation as it is for the others. Just can't get used to it. This. Just the sound of the artillery firing is enough to make me shake. Me start shaking. I should I don't think that's something you should get used to. I mean, if the sound of gunfire warfare ever stopped bothering you, I'd be worried. Green. Oh, heart attack. I guess this is another kind of strength. And that is how you deal with hoarders. Thus, the military exercise came to an end. The 4th Armored Division, led by Lieutenant General Craig, withdrew to the encampment near the fortress. Meanwhile, we returned to the fortress with Major Neihart outline the results of the training exercise. After that, oh, curry. Sorry you had to wait for us to finish. Don't worry about it. We're the guests here after all. You guys didn't even finish eating. There's food's right there. Thanks for your consideration. At the very least, I'd say dinner is a million times better than lunch was. I mean, it's hashed beef today. Huh. That's an Imperial Army tradition, isn't it? Oh, just the smell makes me hungry. Yeah. Where'd your instructor go? She's a real looker. I was hoping to get the chance to talk to her. She went to see the fortress commander with Instructor Neihart. She did ask us to eat without her tonight. Right. Well, if she's with Major Neihart, it's hard to compete with those guys from the 4th Armored Division. It'd be enough if they just had Craig the Red, but they've got the Major too, and he's kind of scary. Like a division of muscle men. We shouldn't keep you tied up any longer. Your hash beef is gonna get cold. See you tomorrow, guys. Wow, it's actually delicious. It's like night and day compared to what we had for lunch. You're telling me. Has Yusa said a single word besides t or this whole time? Aw, come on guys. What's with all the gloomy faces? You think you guys might have had a bit too rosy of an outlook? What were you expecting to see out there? I'm sure you can understand at least a little of how we feel. It's like, has everything we've learned in our time at the academy been for nothing? Academics, the arts, individual skills in combat, none of these matter in the slightest in real warfare, do they? It's true. If all you're looking to do is fight a war, you don't need any of those. All you need is plenty of troops at your command, the latest weaponry, and overwhelming firepower. Assuming you know the tactics to use them well and a strategy that employs them effectively, I suppose. The S-10s are even more powerful than I expected them to be too. I remember my mother boasting about their capabilities when she was trying to sell them to the army 2 years ago, but to be honest, I'm feeling somewhat disheartened as well. I can't see there being a place for swords on the battlefield with weapons like these on the front lines. I think your dad could probably just, deflect the missiles and cut the tanks in half with a single slice, so I think it's fine. This is anime after all. Well, I don't think that means individual combat skills doesn't matter at all. Still, I think maybe we've been misunderstanding something important all this time. What we saw in the military exercise today was power in its purest form. It has no morality of its own. Its existence to bring about a result, regardless of the ideals or principles of those who wield it. That's true. In a sense, the same could be said for a sword or a gun. And all the way up to something as huge as Guerrilla's railway guns, too. I think I finally understand why they wanted us to watch that military exercise in the first place. They could have taught us in a less roundabout fashion. Well, looks like you didn't wait for me to start the party. Instructor Sarah, so you spoke with the commander? Sure did. I got up-to-date info on the trade conference too, as well as all the latest on the terrorists. Yeah, sure, just drop that bomb, why don't you? No pun intended. So there's new information about the Imperial Liberation Front. Anyway, before I got to that, let me explain what you'll be doing tomorrow. In the morning, you're scheduled to participate in the Imperial Army's physical fitness training. In the afternoon, you'll be attending a special lecture where I'll bring you up to speed on that info I just mentioned. After that, you've been granted special permission to view the railway guns. I see. Looking forward to that. Of course you are, Fee. Sounds like we've got a pretty packed schedule. Well, we did bring you all the way out here, so we might as well make the most of it. Every nation possesses power in the form of a military, whether that military is large or small. Guerrilla Fortress just happens to have the power in a very striking, easy to understand form. As students of a military academy, you have an obligation to know the scale of the power. The Empire of Erebonia wields, at present, a power you might one day be in charge of yourselves. What? Anyway, even a meeting that took that long couldn't keep me away from trying the famous half-beef rice. I've heard it's the only decent food they have around here, so I've been looking forward to this all day. We should probably finish eating. Yeah, it's gotten a bit cold now. Maybe I'll go and ask for seconds. Oh, Eustace, if you don't want the rest of yours, can I have it? I'd sooner throw it away than give it to you. Okay, that should do it. Alright, that covers today's quota. Phew. I'm looking forward to a nice long bath. Well, you know how every time there's a military exercise coming up, the workload gets pretty crazy like this. Still, at least managing inventory has gotten a lot easier thanks to the orbital net. They've got everything hooked up on the network over in Crossbelt, right? Wish the Empire would get on that a bit more. Think of the utility. Although from the sounds of it, you need special equipment to send signals through a wire connection to make use of it. All the internet. How unsecure it is. And considering the size of the Empire, it's probably going to be quite a while before it's a widespread thing here. Huh? An orb mail? Looks like it's from HQ. You got to be kidding me. This right here is the problem with the orbital net. There's no such thing as off hours when they can just send you orders around the clock. What's going on? So get this. They're planning on doing some extra exercises tomorrow. That means we gotta outfit 20 Arshtins with C units by tomorrow. 20. Seriously? Might as well start up another pot of coffee. We're in for an all-nighter for sure. Do we even have that many C units left? Actually, another lot came by freight just this evening. Exactly 20, if you can believe it. Guess we'll just have to get it done. Graf, at least let us take a shower. I'm gonna head down to the mess hall and grab some snacks. You want anything? To work. I guess... Should I stop there? This is a good saving spot. What time is it? Yeah. I can go. I should go a little farther. I know it's not too much farther till the point where we started, so it's gonna be a lot of cutscenes. But might as well. Considering how long it took me to start because I was trying to figure out the controller, let's just keep going. I think it took like 15 minutes just to get the controller working. At last, after what seemed like enough adventure to fill a week, we reached the final day of our field study. Over in Crossbell State, they were busy preparing for today's Ketone session at the trade conference. We spent the morning running through the Imperial Army's physical fitness program alongside some of the soldiers, and after completing it, no easy task, I might add, we sat down to a lukewarm redux of yesterday's lunch. That afternoon, during our special military science lecture, we were presented with a confidential report on the terrorists. Hey guys, hope you liked that. If you did, please consider giving me a subscribe, a like, follow, all that stuff on all these places here. As you can see, I have a Twitch with Lumineous Quack where I record these and play games, all this stuff. A lot of new stuff coming out. And of course, yeah, you can follow me on YouTube here, or subscribe, and Lumineous Quack here. And then you have Twitter, where you can get notifications and all that good stuff. And new things going on where I would send messages and all that stuff. So please consider all that stuff, and have a good one.